Java Lab Experiment number 15B. Write a Java program to implement the concept of threading by implementing runnable interface. Now, in previous video, I explained how to create a thread using thread class. I also mentioned what is the use of a thread when you are developing any program. Now, in this video, I will explain one more technique of creating a thread by using runnable interface. You may have a question, if you have a thread class, then what is the need for a one more technique by using runnable interface? Imagine you have created a one class and you want to make that class thread, and that class is already extended by some other class. So I cannot use a thread class because multiple inheritance is not provided in the Java. So I want to use a interface technique to give a class as a thread. How to do? By using runnable interface. I will explain that concept in my program. Now see here, I have created a two classes, one for X and one for Y. Both classes implements a runnable interface. And if you see here, I have created a class called as X. That class actually implements here runnable interface. Since the runnable interface contain only one method called as run, so I have to override, I have to implement that run method in my class. So I have to write the code here, and the code is almost same as in the previous video where you studied how to create a thread using thread class. Now I have started a thread here, I have ended a thread here. In between I display some number like 1, 2, 3 here with the help of for loop. The for loop will display number from 1 to 10. This is just for demo purpose. Now I have used some method called as sleep method here. The sleep method is used to give some delay. Whenever you are running the thread, it should stop before displaying the next I value. It will wait for the half second. After half second, it will display the next I value. Like that, I have created one more class called as Y. The Y class also do the same concept here. It will just display the J value. Instead of I, it will display the J value. I have used the two different variables here, I and J, to differentiate between thread X and thread Y. Whenever the I is incremented, you may understood that thread X is actually processing. Whenever the J value is incremented, you know that thread Y is actually executing. Both will be executed in parallel. X and Y will be executed in parallel. Now this is a class for giving the demo. What is runnable test? In runnable test, I have created one main method. In main method, I have created two objects, two threads. What is X and Y here? Now what I am doing here? I am doing some shortcut technique here. The actual meaning of this shortcut technique is written in the comment here. How to create a thread using a runnable interface? There are three steps here. First, I have to create an object of class which implements runnable. For example, X is a class which implements runnable interface. So first I have created one object called as runnable1. Then I have to create one thread using a class called as thread class. Here thread X is a thread which is created from a thread class, and I have provided here one parameter here called as runnable1. Runnable1 is a object of a class that implements runnable interface. So I have called here runnable1. When I call a runnable1 as a thread parameter and create a one object of that one thread X, actually you are creating a one thread of X class. Now when I call a method called start. Here actually it is running a start method from the X class here. This one. Here it will executing the thread X execution. Okay. Now in similar way, this is the shortcut technique here. This is the shortcut technique for all the three steps here. Here the internal new X actually represent creating a one dummy object of the class which implements runnable here. New X means the class which implements runnable. Using that one, it will create a one object, and that object is passed as a parameter to the thread constructor. So that is I done here. New thread, I passed a parameter here. Now here the thread is created. Then I have to start the method using start. All the three steps will be written in a single statement like this way. The actual meaning of this one is this one. Now in similar way, I have created one more thread using the expanded way, that is y is equal to runnable2 is equal to new y. Now here it will create a one object of that y, and here I have created a one thread called as thread y by passing a parameter here called as runnable2. Once it will create a thread, I have to start the thread. Now both thread X and Y executed in parallel. Both are the threads are executed in parallel, and here the thread end will be done. Now I will just compile the program and show you how the thread will be executed in parallel. So compile it first, then build, then execute. Now see the main thread is started here, then thread X started here, main thread ended here. There is no need for the main thread to further execution, but X and Y are executed in parallel. I put some sleep method here to make or show the demo properly. After every 5 seconds, X and Y will be executed in parallel. First it will execute X, wait for the 5 second, wait for the half second, then thread Y, wait for the half second, again thread X, like that it will execute. So I am using the sleep method here. Now I have to call this sleep method with the help of thread.sleep, because in the previous example or previous video I shown just sleep as a direct method, because the class actually extends thread. So the sleep method is directly available in the class, but here Y class never extend any thread class. So I have to call that sleep method using thread.sleep. So it will wait for the half second, then display the value, go for the next loop, again wait for the 5 second, execute the value. Like that process continue here. Now this is the same process I explained here with the output.